put you in the right place at the right time. We got over 100 people here. It's going to go all the way up to 150, 200, and I'm excited. And you can share this information on your Facebook pages or in your message groups or on your fan page or wherever, because it's time to reveal the secrets of the wealthy, right? There's certain things that govern this country, and these things are not taught in schools. And our company, MWR Financial, is pioneering and spearheading this movement. And I'm very, very excited about that, because most people will never get a chance to see how simple getting wealthy is. And I'll share with you guys my story as I kind of lace it through here, but go ahead and hit share right now. Our website is howtoincreaseyourcashflow.com. That's basically going to direct you to our Facebook fan page, okay? Excuse me. And what I'm going to do is show you guys one of the number one things you can do on the planet to generate wealth. Then afterwards, I'm going to do a training tonight right here on this exact same Zoom. And I'm going to show you guys how you can win some free hotel rooms that I'm going to pay for personally for our conference coming up. I'm going to show you guys how you can be involved in our challenge, which is going to help you make 4 figures a day in your business, 4 figures a week in your business, or 4 figures a month in your business. It's up to you. So we got a lot going on tonight. So let me show you guys first the formula for success if you want to make anything happen in your family. It is cash, asset, cash. Now, this is something I learned a long time ago, but I really didn't know the importance of it until I implemented this in my life. You have to take some cash. You have to buy, excuse me, build or grow some type of asset, and then that asset generates more cash. It doesn't take $1 million to become a millionaire. What it takes is some small, simple disciplines and consistency, and you got to stop letting the banks rob you of your money. That's really the number one thing it takes. Hold on one second. Let me kill these chimes here. You got to stop letting the banks rob you of your money. Now, what that means is you first got to figure out why they did it in the first place. See, if the banks are robbing you because of the debt and the government is robbing you because of the taxes, then you never have any cash to invest. So ultimately, what ends up happening is the banks and the government, and I'm not some conspiracy theorist, these are facts, the banks and the government have tricked you into believing that getting a tax refund is the best thing you can do, and getting a whole bunch of debt is the second best thing you can do. Now, we spend all of our lives trying to figure out how to spend our tax refund and how to get out of debt. So what I had to do was I said, wait a minute, if I'm ever going to get some of these assets in the middle, the first thing I need to do is get me some more cash. Excuse me. Then I got wealthy. So here is a young lady that represents you, or a gentleman that represents you, right? And what we got to do is show you where these other entities are robbing you. State taxes, federal taxes, ad valorem taxes, property taxes, sales taxes, luxury taxes, capital gain taxes. By the time the government is done with you, a third of your money is gone. So that means you work for the federal government for a third of the year. Now, we fast forward to the banks with interest, credit cards, student loans. You got some people who have a job right now, and their student loans are being paid back still 20 years later. That was intentional. Once you understand systematic oppression and how capitalism will beat you up, you'll never look at your money the same. Once you understand that the money that you earn is yours and you deserve it, and that you can get that money right now and start getting wealthy, you would never look at wasting money the same. See, I'm gonna introduce you guys to this concept, not only of cash, asset, cash, but what you can actually do with it and how it's gonna help you. Right now is the season for big business. Y'all already know big business is running prices up left and right. Brown Thursday, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you know, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Valentine's Day. So by the time big business is done with you, there's no more money left. By the time these inflated gas prices are done with you, there's no more money left. Brian, how do we fix it? I want you guys never to forget this. You already have the asset you need. You already have it. You're just not using it. The asset is your house or apartment, and your social security number. Bring all 4 of those things down. Inflation comes down, taxes come down, debt will come down, and big business won't bother you because you're making unlimited income. See, I got to make sure you guys get this. Every single day, let me show you this. At 5 o'clock, we get these text messages. Now they vary, but mine, for example, is $1,000 a day. You see this? So that was today, and then yesterday, you see, and then the day before, 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 and then the day before. Why? Because I work from my house I show people how to get daily checks. I show people how to stop giving their money away. I show people how to bring cash flow back to themselves. And our company pays us every single day for really doing nothing but showing the things that the school system is supposed to teach you. Everything I talked to you guys about today, I'm gonna show you in black and white so you can understand this. The home-based business lowers your taxes, number one, because the government will say, hey, if you have a business, we'll take less money out of your job's paycheck. It's called a W-4 adjustment. We do it for you. The home-based business, number two, allows your children to start thinking like entrepreneurs so they don't fall into that trap. Nothing wrong with education, nothing wrong with college, nothing wrong with schools, right? I went to Morehouse, I finished in 97, I got my degree. But what I did understand was that it wasn't gonna fulfill my dream of being a millionaire. It just wasn't designed that way. So a home-based business allows you to have unlimited income. A home-based business allows you to have unlimited time. So I lost my first $1 million in my 20s because nobody taught me this stuff. Please, guys, don't be hard-headed. I want y'all to put that in the chat, okay? Put that in the comments. Don't be hard-headed. See, I was hard-headed. I had to make $1 million twice over before I got it right. I want y'all to get it right the first time. I want you to get your money. I want you to keep your money. I want you to stack your money. I want you to invest your money. And I want you to not make the same mistakes I did. So here I was, broke as a joke in college at the time, thought I had it going on. Then I lost $1 million because what? I wasn't frivolous, but I got audited, right? So this is, people see me today on the left, but they don't understand the guy that was, 20 years ago about to cry because I feel like I wasted a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of money. Thank God I was young. So now I started traveling the world. I started hitting the stages and I started teaching people all over the country how to shift their mindset so they can shift their money. How to shift your mindset so you can shift your money. Now, here's the reality. It's only 6 things you got to do to get this done. Only 6 things. I want you to always remember this. 3 things have to go down and 3 things have to go up. That's it. I bet y'all thought it was hard. I bet y'all thought it was going to take a dissertation. Once the things in red go down, these are your taxes. This is your debt. These are your expenses. When you lower those, do you guys know this? You didn't even do anything different, but more money came back to you and less money went out the window. See, a lot of us have been conditioned to just deal with our net income when really you can get your gross income. And when you got your house or your car and your student loans and everything else, they ask you how much your gross is. Well, they knew what they were doing because that's not how much you take home. And right then the rat race begins because you steady trying to catch up on what you thought you made. They qualified you for everything on what they thought you made and what they knew you didn't make. But then you bring home your paycheck and you're like, wait a minute, guys, this is my real paycheck. I keep it here to humble myself from 25 years ago, right? Bank of America, Nations Bank. Look at that, $975. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying I make that now every day. You see, $975.36. And then what's all this over here? All this is the taxes that was kind of coming out of my check, right? FICA, state, federal, all this stuff coming out. I'm like, wait a minute, why are they reaching into my check before me? Well, it's because I didn't have a business. So when you get the taxes, debt, and expenses down, and then watch this, we're gonna increase your credit score. We're gonna increase your assets that you own. We're gonna increase the income that you bring in. Now, you got money coming in, your credit scores are high, you got residual and passive income paying for your bills. Now your debt is low. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the key to becoming a millionaire. Put this in your mind and put this in your notes. Something has to work, just not me. I learned that years ago, man, that stuck with me, and I still believe that. All right, I'm gonna say the first part. I need to know if y'all still in the building. Y'all come off mute and say the second part. I'm gonna say something has to work. Y'all say just not me. Something has to work. Hit the space bar. Let me hear you. Oh, wait, that's my fault. I messed up. All right, I'm gonna make sure y'all in the building. I'm gonna say something has to work. Y'all come off and say just not me. All right, now let's try it again.
Just not me.
Just not me.
Not me. Not me.
You're gonna get wealthy. Because see, if your bills come every month and they're residual, you gotta have residual income to pay your bills off. If your light bill, gas bill, water bill is residual, your income cannot be linear. So what we do is show you how to earn this residual income every single day so that you don't have these issues. what I did was I decided that classic cars was one of my things. See, it's time for y'all to start dreaming again. What asset do you want us to help you build? What investments are you going to take advantage of that we recommend? We even got investments for you that you can take advantage of from licensed and insured financial advisors. I do classic cars. So I have a 66 Mustang, I got a 61 Bentley, I got a 58 Thunderbird. So what do? I rent them out. See, some of y'all stop dreaming. You don't believe that you can make passive income. You believe that you got to work for every dime. You don't. So people use my cars in photo shoots. These young ladies are cigar connoisseurs, and they needed a vintage vibe at the photo shoot. This young lady is an up and coming artist, Aaliyah, who passed away. Her uncle, Barry Hankerson, this is his new artist, right? So this is my car, MTM. That's my company, Mentor to Millions. And she was strong as an ox. Man, y'all should have seen her lift that car up. No, I'm just kidding. There's a crane off camera. But I was there on the video shoot saying, man, this is crazy. People actually pay me for these things. What's your asset? See, what do you want the business to do for you? Kim was in the right place at the right time. She's making $80 per day. Y'all saw my 1,000, right? She's on her way to that. Right now she's at 80. She's making $2,400 a month. Why is that important? She got relocated from her job. It cost her about $18,000 a year. She was in the 600s on her credit. Now she's in the 800s. She was able to absorb the difference with these daily checks that we get. And now you see why we prepare for war in times of peace. See, everybody on this Zoom can be a millionaire, but you got to ask yourself, what do I want to do? Am I going to invest in the things that MWR has to offer? And am I going to get the daily check so I can feed the monster? So you got to feed the cash cow, no pun intended. As I look at my good friend here, Darryle, right? Sergeant Major in the military, retired Sergeant Major. Y'all see his commodity. See, what's yours? Derek said, look, I got 20 acres. I got cattle. Man, he told me one of these bad boys. I ain't even gonna break it down because I'm gonna mess it up. But do y'all see what I'm saying? He went from a 734 to an 834 credit score. He's debt-free. What do you want to build? Miss Quanta Sims was a former nightclub manager. See all these different backgrounds? Derek Ray, military. Quanta Sims, former nightclub manager. Went from a 612 to a 781 credit score. She now invests in a commodity that we all know and love, gold. She's making an extra 4 figures per month and has never owned a home-based business in her life. Don Wilson collects memorabilia. Don is worth $750,000 plus. His assets grow every year. But you got to feed the cash cow. See, MWR is going to give you the money and get your money back from the entities to help you scale. Look at Don be hanging out with Dennis Rodman, Don with Clyde Drexler, Allen Iverson. He has a unique piece here, the late, great Kobe Bryant, battling Michael Jordan. I mean, he's into memorabilia. The Harden brothers. Y'all know, man, real estate, just one of the American staples, the wealth. Buy, flip, sell, invest into real estate. Build equity. Create cash flow. I can go on and on, man. Trevor and Shirley Thompson. Silent storms in the business. They'll probably be the next $1 million residual ring club earners in our company, fastly approaching, right? When you see people go from 0 to 60, start building their dream homes, start setting their lives up for retirement, earning passive income from the home-based business, and you see them doing it as a couple. That's the beautiful thing about it. A lot of you guys got to understand this company's so young, you're in a position now to lead the way. I'm gonna take questions in a second. I just want to show you guys some of our people. AJ Albert, Airbnbs. Look at this, man. Charles and Judith Ivory building their dream home right before our eyes. They bought a lot on the water. They paid for this lot, guys, cash. Look at the walls going up. Nothing like your dream coming true. When your neighbor's across the water, you just wave at them. You know what I mean? Both credit scores in the 800s. It was foundation. Now today, we about to have the framing up, and the sheetrock will be in a minute. Y'all see this? So why not make your dream come true? But look, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. You can't do it with the ball and chain. That debt and taxes and all that stuff that they taught us to get into, you can't do it with the ball and chain. Watch this. I'm gonna skip through some of the testimonies because there are a million of them. Shannon Rollins got her new house. She's $1 million residual ring club earner. Here's the good news. You don't have to rely on the person who put you on a Zoom tonight. MWR Financial has different firms, about 5 or 6 different firms who specialize in different areas. So for example, the membership, so inexpensive, $99 a month, put that in your notes so you can relax, you can breathe easy. Y'all thought it was gonna be $8,000, right? It's $99 a month. It's actually too low. We need to raise it because people would take it more serious if it was $2,000, but we want to make it affordable. That's what I like about our founder. Let's make something that everybody can afford. So it's no excuses, okay? $99 a month. Gets the 6 things that I told you about earlier. Now, every firm that we have specializes in that area of expertise. You see it? So when we have enrolled agents that are IRS certified who are helping you get the tax dollars back in your pocket, you can trust and believe what they're saying. So this is the dashboard. So y'all don't have to do no research. 1, we're gonna ask you 4 questions at the bottom. 2, you're gonna upload 2 pay stubs at the bottom. 3, our enrolled agents are gonna look at your pay stub and do an analysis of where your W-4 can go now that you have a home-based business, and your taxes will come down, and your W-4, when I say go, your exemptions and your deductions go up. So when they go up, your taxes come down. Guys, listen, it's called an instant pay raise. You didn't work any extra hours, you ain't got no overtime, you didn't ask your boss for a raise, you just told the government, hey, I got a home-based business, our enrolled agents adjusted the W-4 for you, you take it back, upload it to your HR department, and your paycheck the next couple of weeks is bigger. I'm gonna show you the averages so you guys can see like how this really works. Guess what? Did I tell you that we file your taxes for you? Simple Schedule C, 1099, filed on what's called a Form 1040. Now that you have a home-based business, let us go ahead and handle your taxes for you. But Brian, why can y'all do that? Well, if you look at the dashboard here, we also give you a login and an app to keep up with your expenses. So now that you got a home-based business, our system syncs and all of the components work together. So our enrolled agents look at the deductor app, the app that monitors all of your expenses, Hurdler, which deducts all of your expenses. So when Hurdler takes all your expenses and deducts them from your income, you get lower taxes. Then we do the taxes because we got all the data we need because everything syncs together. Talk about some deductions. Now we take the new money and we snowball or spiral that into your debt. Think about this. You upload your credit card, right? Your payment per month. You upload how much you pay in student loans. You upload your mortgage. You upload your car note. And then we're gonna staple some instructions to every dollar you have. And your dollar's gonna march out of there and say, okay, I got it. I'll be out of debt in 10 years if I do this. I'll be out of debt in 4 years if I do this. If I don't do anything, I'll be out of debt way down here in 18, 25 years. And the bank will keep making money off me. Now we give you a millionaire date. This is your millionaire date. This is how much interest you saved. I'm gonna show you the total in a second. Look at this. Upload your bills. Another department we have called bill negotiations. Upload your cable bill, satellite bill, phone bill, security bill, pest control bill. Upload your bills and let us what? Negotiate them down for you. Upload your credit reports. How is it that Charles and Judy are building their dream home? Easy. When one got an 805 and one has an 815, when you see Miss Sims go from a 600 to a 700, I went from a 700 to an 800. I went from a 734 to a 777 to an 820. Now, past performance does not determine future results. All of us are different. But on average, we increased credit scores by 120 points on average so far. And guess what, guys? We're not even a credit restoration company. Stop letting people charge you thousands of dollars when MWR includes it in your $99 membership. Look, we're approaching 200 people on this Zoom. I want y'all to think about this, all you guys. If a company's charging you $2,000 or $3,000 for credit restoration, and it's something that we include in a $99 membership, And then we have the data that shows between your taxes coming down, between your debt coming down, between your expenses coming down, and between your credit score going up and all that interest coming down, we save you that monthly. People charge you $2,000 one time, $1,000 one time, and then all the stuff come back on your credit report. We do that for $99 and save you $2,000 a month. Now, tell me mathematically what makes more sense. You don't have to pay for credit restoration when we include it. Now, here are the averages. Okay, look at this. First, we reduce your taxes. We average $400 in deductions. The instant pay raise averages $350 for our members. That means your check goes up. So now your 99 is paid for anyway. We've saved about $250 million in taxes for our members in MWR Financial. Watch. On the debt side, we have saved SAVED about $64,000 per member. We've shaved SHAVED 37,000 years in debt off of our members' plans. 37,000 years. Look, we've saved about $140 a month off our members. All of this for $99 now. We've negotiated about $3.8 million saved collectively, 3.5. Credit scores have increased 126 points on average, which saves our members about $500 a month. So you telling me some of y'all are tripping on $99, $99. And you can save around $2,000 on average so far, and our company is just getting started. And I haven't even shown you, I'm gonna take questions now, membership questions. I haven't even shown you the $8,500 a day that you can make, the $40 a day that you can make, right? Nothing wrong with $1,200 coming in. I showed you the $1,000 a day that I currently make. I'm gonna put you in a mode where you can raise your virtual hand. If you're brand new, raise your virtual hand, and I'm gonna take questions about the membership, and then I'm gonna show you guys the money, and we're gonna call it a night, right? Any questions, raise your virtual hand if you have any questions about the membership. Either that, or I'm doing a knockout job, and I'll take it. Any questions going once about the membership? Any questions going twice about the membership? All right. When I count down from 3, no questions. 3, 2, 1. 190 people approaching 200 and no question. Boy, that means I'm flying. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No problem. All right. So guess what? Now that you have some money in the chat, they said, don't be scared, y'all. Y'all got Brian right here. Don't be scared. Now that you got some money, what do you do with it? Now that we got some extra cash flow, what do you do with it?
I have a question.
Okay. All right. Somebody got a question. Go ahead. You want to come off mute. State your name and where you're from.
Hi, Brian. It's Shay. I'm from New York, living in Atlanta.
Hey, Shay.
Hey. So I came in. I was having difficulty getting in. This sounds amazing, but I think I missed the first part of it. So I did have a question with the membership. It's $99. It comes with the repair, and what else do we get? Just
Okay.
tell me.
Okay. So Shay, because I know you personally, I'm gonna talk to you afterwards.
Okay, no problem. That's
okay.
fine.
All right. So all right.
Okay.
I want to talk to the people that don't get a chance to holler at me. But I hear you, Shay. I hear that accent from New York. Thanks for joining me, and I'm gonna talk to you afterwards. But I will say this real quick for you guys that are brand new, just to give. I'll help Shay real quick and give you guys this. This is the slide right here that explains it all. Right? For $99, you do 6 things: 3 up and 3 down. You see? So Shay, taxes, debt, and expenses come down. Credit scores, assets, and income go up. So you basically get 6 things. Just this alone, just the tax minimization and the filing of your taxes alone is worth $99. Just that. The debt elimination alone is worth $99. The lowering of your bills alone, I'll give y'all an example. They saved me $50 on my AT&T, my cell phone bill. That alone was worth the $99 because when you see all the tax savings and you see the debt, I don't have any debt, but when you see the taxes down and the expenses down, that alone was worth the $99. My credit score went up from a 734 to a 777 to an 820. That alone was worth the $99. Y'all see what I'm saying? Now, let me show you guys this real quick. What do you do?
I got a question.
Yes.
Suppose you don't pay any tax.
And you don't need that service. You just need the other things we offer. Majority of Americans pay taxes. So remember, when you're a business owner, you're looking for the people who need the service. My running joke is the owner of Kibbles and Bits never tasted it, right? So he's not a dog, so he don't eat dog food, but he knows there's about 1 billion dog lovers. So he's a billionaire because he provides a service for people who need it, even though he doesn't eat dog food. And that's my running joke, because I like for people that you got to put on your business hat. Most people pay taxes. So as far as the person who doesn't, just use the other services. Cool?
Suppose the IRS come after me.
How they gonna come after you if you don't pay taxes?
Well, they will.
Okay.
They
So,
do.
okay, they might and they will. So what you want to do in that point is get with one of us and get with one of our experts, not us, but one of our experts, so you can develop a game plan so they won't come after you. If you ain't paying no taxes, they ain't coming after you. But if you got, that's if you're making money, they're coming after you. So what you want to do is make sure that you bulletproof yourself, get a $99 membership so you
I'm on
bulletproof if they come after you.
disability.
Say it again.
I'm retired from New York State Department of Corrections, and I'm on disability.
Okay. So you want to explain that situation to our experts so they can determine whether or not, so they can determine the best situation for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. Any other questions? I'll take one more. Okay. So I'm gonna move on and show you guys how to scale the money. How to scale the money. You always have questions because money brings about questions, but I like to sit here and make sure you guys get these answered because I don't want 99 bucks to keep you from becoming a millionaire, right? So here's the reality. When you make some money and when you increase your cash flow, you got to do the right things with it. When you make some money and when you increase your cash flow, you got to do the right things with it. So real estate, number one, we all know is a serious way to do what? Become a millionaire. Most Americans, a lot of Americans in this country make millions of dollars in real estate. I already showed y'all this stuff. We have what's called land banking. What's land banking? The ability to get in the way in Southern California, in our example, get in the way of billion-dollar real estate investment deals by you positioning yourself to purchase an acre of land. Now I want y'all to think about this for a second. How can I get in the way? Well, if Warren Buffett, if Walmart, if Amazon, if the Olympics, if the government needs to build a highway through here, if NASA's putting 6,000 jobs in Southern California, which they are, if Warren Buffett just put $2 billion into Southern California, which he did, and our acres are right in the way of that land development or those developments, why don't you get an acre of land, hold the deed, and then you can sell it in the next couple of years? Now you're passing down deeds, not debt. You see the difference? Like my good friend here, Dana Turnquist. Dana is holding a deed to the acres he purchased, the acre he purchased in Southern California. When the market research has already been done for you, and Antelope Valley is following the same trend that Silicon Valley followed in the 80s, and you know if we had been there in the right place at the right time in the 80s, how much your land would be worth today? We have the discounts on those acres, and you can purchase a parcel and you can sell it when you want. But if I was you, I would at least hold on to it till the Olympics come. Yeah, that's what you call being in the way. What about the ability to become your own bank? Right? People say, Brian, how's that? Yeah, you can become your own bank. There's things that wealthy people do that the middle class and the poor just don't do. Wealthy people borrow money from themselves pay it back on their own terms, get tax deductions, and get interest rates that are higher than inflation. When you become your own bank, we have something called a private reserve account. What that means is it doesn't follow the same trend that Wall Street follows or the stock market up and down. A private reserve account has a floor, and it has a ceiling. So you'll never go, for example, above 14%, but you'll never go below 8%. This is just an example. So now when you have your private reserve account, if you need to borrow $20,000 from it and you got $85,000 in it, the balance doesn't drop down to $65,000. It still draws interest as if it's $85,000 in it, even though you borrowed 20. People say, oh, that's not true. How can that happen? Well, that's why you're not rich. Rich people know these things. See, they don't open up certain things to you until you get to a certain status financially. MWR Financial, we open up stuff to you because we want you to get to a certain place financially. See, that lies the difference. Now, if you're broke and you're skeptical and you don't understand nothing and you never have and you never will, this ain't gonna be the Zoom for you, right? But our Zoom numbers have been pretty consistent here. So I think I'm talking to a group of people who want change in their life. So these type of things are revealed to you with our membership in our business. All right, watch this. For $50 more, you now have a business. So $99 a month is the membership. $50 more, and you now have a business for $149 a month. This business pays you every single day. Now, Brian, how is that? What's my business? I want y'all to put this in the comments. You are looking at it. You are looking at it. We show people the power of owning a home-based business. We show people how to use the cash asset cash equation. We show people how to get paid every single day. We show people how to increase their credit scores and do it for you. We show people how to lower their taxes and do it for you. I'm going to show you guys today on this exact same Zoom. When we hang up here in a second, we're going to take a 20-minute break. I'm going to come back and show you how I got to $1,000 a day. I'm going to come back and let you in on some secrets of the new comp plan that the company is about to implement and how to take advantage of another stream of daily income. I'm going to let you in on some secrets to a new way that you can get passive income in our growth phase. But you got to come back here in 20 minutes. I'm going to let you in on some secrets, how I'm spending thousands of dollars on my own money, and I'm going to invest in some of you guys. But you got to come back to the training. I'm spending thousands of dollars on my own money, and I'm going to invest in you guys. So, Brian, how we get paid every day? Watch this before I go. 3 people is 9 points. Brian, what's 3 people? 3 people that you introduce to the business. They like, I'm in. I like this. Well, once you get 3 people and one customer says, I don't want to make money, Brian, but I like that membership. You now earn $5 a day. Now, that's nothing to write home about, but guess what it did? It covered your business. See, the $149 a month is self-funded. I want y'all to put that in the comments. Self-fund the business. Self-fund the business. Now, once you get 12 people on your team, that's 36 points. How did I get to $1,000 a day? I helped a whole bunch of people accomplish this right here, 36 points. I said to myself, if I can get some people making $600 a month, it looks just like this. Let me help these 3 individuals do the same thing. That's $600 a month. And then eventually you guys will be at $40 a day by doing this same thing. And that's what we call the comma club. Now I want you to come off mute and say I, if you could use an extra 4 figures a month in your life. Come off mute and say I. How did somebody sound like they saying I underwater? Okay, watch this. How did I make $1,000 a day? I printed off this sheet of paper and I just passed it out to my team and said, let's go find some people who want to lower their taxes, get out of debt, increase their credit scores, build some cash flow, make some daily pay, and we went to work. I said, man, shoot, if I can help people make $600 a month, I definitely can help people make $1,200 a month just by filling out this sheet. See, the next level is the 200 a day to the 1,000 a day club. And then the third level is the 1,500 a day to the 8,500 a day club. That's $255,000 a month. Do y'all know that in 60 days, we're going to increase that? Don't miss the night's training. You better come back here in a few minutes. In 60 days, we're going to increase the tiers. And some of you guys that were smart enough to join our business 60 days prior, which is like today, your income, a lot of you guys are going to double and triple your income by spring of next year, because you're seeing this in November and December, and the rest of the world ain't going to see it until February of next year. I don't know what you did right in your life, but you did something right in your life. So your text messages are going to start looking like this. I was just like you guys on the Zoom. We built this business during the pandemic, guys. 20 a day, 20 a day, 20 a day. That was me way back in the good old days. Then I started getting 200 a day, 200 a day, 200 a day, then 500. Now y'all saw my phone just now, 1,000. So if my bills are, let's say, $7,000 a month, and my income is base $30,000 a month, that means if I have an extra $23,000 a month, do you know the kind of things I'm investing in that made me a millionaire? All because I took some time to show some people how to make $600 a month, and they got excited and they started making $1,000 a month. That one sheet of paper. So here's what I did. This 2 minutes before I go. I took some cash. I bought some land. What's your dream? Mine has always been land. I've always wanted some acreage. So I bought some land. I didn't even see it personally before I said, sign my name. Put me down on the contract. I want it. And in Atlanta, we don't have a whole bunch of water. So they said, Brian, it's a lake in the back. Get it. Now, this is how small my mindset was. I said, I can pay people. I mean, people can pay me $20 here, $20 there to fish. That's all I thought. I said, at least I was thinking, like, I need some assets. Then I said, wait a minute, it also has a front yard, a big front yard. So let me start having some family reunions and, you know, family reunions and festive events. This young lady out here doing yoga, you know, the kids playing tug of war. Let me rent out my front yard. Then I said, wait, I got a huge backyard. Let me have it where entrepreneurs can come in and they can set up their food trucks and their vending, you know, books and t-shirts and apparel, and they can set up tents, and I can help entrepreneurs make money. Then I said, wait a minute, I got some woods. Let me set up a campsite. This was just this past weekend. They set some fires up. They set up some tents. They set up a huge blow up laser tag type thing, and they invited me over. I said, I'll be over there tonight. What y'all doing? Right? They played games all night. I turned the woods or the campgrounds into an asset. Then I said, wait, let me fix the house and turn the house into an asset. We got Tyler Perry here. We got Marvel Studios here. They shot Black Panther here. Some of it, 1 and 2. They shoot The Walking Dead here. Let me fix this house up, and they can use my house while they shoot the movies. So they start shooting movies in the backyard. So I turned the backyard into an asset. Then the Georgia Lottery called me and said, Brian, we want to use your woods for an asset. See, my point to you guys is, when you get cash, create assets that make more cash, it doesn't stop. Everything you own becomes an asset. Do y'all think I ever thought that when the Georgia Lottery called me and said, look, we're going to put a washer and dryer in the woods, we're going to put a hot tub in the back, we're going to put a flat screen on the tree. I didn't know what they were doing. And I'm watching ESPN one day. I said, that's my backyard. Just like that. They shot that in my house. Assets. And they said, we coming back. So it's ironic that we end on the lottery because some of y'all just got your lottery ticket. You don't even know it. You just got your winning number. And y'all about to go out there and play some games. So as a speaker, guess what I'm doing in the back now? I'm building an amphitheater. Right? Bringing in the dirt. That's going to be the parking lot. And I already got it laid out. That's going to be the stage. You got the lake behind us. And some of y'all on this Zoom gonna say, man, I remember when he had that thing on paper. You're gonna be walking up these steps. You're gonna be sitting on these benches because I'm gonna have my millionaire summits at Beane Acres. And all you guys watching this Zoom are invited to the Millionaire Summit. Mark my words. Come off mute and say, let's go. If y'all ready to be at the summit, come off mute.
Let's
Say,
go.
let's
Already know.
Go.
Bouncing right there.
On this Zoom, y'all gonna be like, that boy said he gonna build an amphitheater in the back in this dirt, and the lake gonna be behind us, and y'all gonna be speaking on stage, showing people how we did it. So get with the person who invited you and let them know, hey man, I'm ready. We got people that's retired. Gail Andrews was so secure about this business and her retirement, she went ahead and cashed it in early. Christy Howard hadn't worked a job in over a decade. Sean T. Hill, former educator, got in this business after 90 days. I'm not saying everybody's gonna do this, but after 90 days, he made enough to retire. These guys are retired, done, finito, finished, don't work no more. It's over. Their asset is freedom. What's yours? I'm gonna train you guys in 15 minutes. Give it the person during the break and get your membership if you're number 2, and get your business if you're number 1. Right? My 45 minutes of fame is up. Which one are you? The $99 is just if you want the experts to help you get your cash flow in order, right? I need help with my taxes, Brian. Young man up in New York said he don't pay no tax. So you really need our help, right? It don't matter what your situation is, get your financial house in order. Brian, I want my credit scores up. Brian, I want my debt down. I need my assets up. Get your consultation and get your forms in so the $99 will pay for itself. Number 1 says, Brian, please, I'm gonna be in Fort Lauderdale with y'all the first week in February. I'm gonna be on stage getting trophies. I'm gonna be on stage getting checks. I'm gonna be on, I need to understand how I'm getting some of your money because I'm giving away $2,000. I'll show y'all in a second. I'm gonna give away $2,000 worth of stuff to you guys. I'm investing y'all, and I'm gonna show you during the break. That's the number 1 type person. I want it all. Sign up during the break and come back to this Zoom right here in 15 minutes. Whatever your watch says, I want you back here in 15 minutes, and I'll show you guys the winners of last week's challenge, and I'll show you guys the new challenge where you can win something else, including cash. All right, God bless. I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Have a good night.